In this example, we have not just a number that's going into the function, but a value a. So a is not a number but a letter, but the same things apply to it that apply to the numbers. So if we want to find g of a, what we've got to do is just replace x with a. So we, instead of having 3x squared minus 2x plus 1, we will have 3a squared minus 2a plus 1, because the x, anytime the x has appeared, has been replaced with a. In the same way, if we replace x with a plus 1, which we'll have to do in the second example, then what should happen is that instead of the x, we're going to have 3a plus 1 squared. Now remember to put the a plus 1 in brackets. Okay, so it's 3a plus 1 squared in brackets minus 2 times in brackets a plus 1. So just replace the x with, in brackets, a plus 1. And then after that you can just look at simplifying that slightly. So you can multiply out the brackets, and then perhaps it's possible after that to simplify it. In fact, we've simplified it there to 3a squared plus 4a plus 2. And then the part C, we've got to replace the x with a plus h. So again, just replace the x with a plus h in brackets. Simplifying that is going to give us this long, complex looking thing, but then we can simplify that too a little bit to get this expression here. Not particularly nice, but that's the simplified form of it. Now what we can do in part D, this expression that we have here, this expression here, is an expression that you probably will see again and again when you, or if you do a calculus course at college or university. It's something that's used when we think about derivatives. But for now, all we have to do is just plug in the values from the previous answers. Right? So we had g of a plus h, it was this expression here from a previous question. We had g of a, it was this expression here. You'll notice that this should cancel out with this. Right? When we subtract those two things, that's what we should have. Right? The 3a squared should cancel each other out. Also, when we think about things that might cancel out, okay, we know that the 3a squared will cancel each other out. The negative 2a here, and then the negative 2a, two things will cancel each other out. The 1 here and the minus 1 here should cancel each other out. So what we'll be left with after all that will be this expression here, just the 6ah plus 3h squared minus 2h all over h. And the nice thing about this is that each of the terms on the top has h as a factor. So as a result, you can divide each term by h on the bottom to get 6a plus 3h minus 2.